Our rain chain on East Campus is a great example of how sedges can actually be used in a great and beneficial way in locations where perhaps you can't get real turf established. You have terrible soil, you have wet soil, you have dry shade. We have a lot of different sedges, especially ones that are native to the Plain States, that can be useful in these environments. Sedges are distinguished from grasses first by their triangular leaf cross section. We use the terminology sedges have edges, which is pretty true for most of them. They also can be either clump formers or they can form a little bit of a sod, travel rhizomatously, or travel by seed. One of the beautiful things about many of them is they emerge early in the spring. They will withstand standing water depending on which ones you select. And then they have these great and very interesting, unique flowers followed by interesting seed heads. This is Longbeak Sedge, which forms this beautiful, tall, gently swaying mass of stems and grasses. These have actually already gone into seed. So you're seeing these long, sort of narrow, dangling seed heads standing on this sedge. And this will be ornamental during the entire growing season. 3 or 4 of the other sedges that are really useful and ornamental in the landscape include Gray's sedge, which is also a clump former with broader blades and has these really oddball, interesting seeds that look a little bit like a giant sand burr, like one of those mace things that used to be used in medieval times to smack people in the head. We also have palm sedge. Palm sedge is one of the ones that can become pretty aggressive and spread pretty rapidly, which is great in conditions where you really need to hold the soil. And then Pennsylvania sedge, or Pennsylvanica, which has very fine, tiny little seed heads and flowers and will actually tolerate dry shade. Sedges are becoming more widely available in retail garden centers. If you have a location where you'd like to consider putting in a rain garden, or you have some shaded conditions and you want to give these grass-like textured plants a try, remember that they will also in some cases provide evergreen winter interest, as well as certainly do that great job of cleaning water before it goes back down into our aquifers. And as you can see from a design standpoint, even incorporating something like this shrub, which happens to be one of our dogwoods, you get that textural difference between the fine sedges, the more bold leaves of larger perennials or shrubs, makes for a great landscape combination that really requires very little short of cutting them back when you're finished enjoying them for the winter months.